Hello, 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 and greetings from California. How are we doing tonight? I figured, you know what? Since everybody else goes live at 8, I'm going to go live at 8. Since everybody channel surf on YouTube now, you know what? Y'all can channel surf over here. So we going to give y'all a little bit of Battle of the YouTube Stars. But we're also going to talk about today's hot topics and the last episode of Housewives of Beverly Hills, as well as the state of the season. Now we have Consuela in here. She is one of our guests. We also have our co-host, Aaron. Consuela, what do you have to say? What's on the top of your mind at the top of the hour?
Oh my goodness. Well, hello from the traditional Black bourgeoisie, Alexander. You are such a breath of fresh air. I feel like I can say the word haberdashery and not get called uppity. So
Thank you. It ain't nothing wrong with going to a haberdashery.
I know, right?
My God, I would love to go. I wish I had haberdashery money. I've passed a haberdashery. I've been in a haberdashery, but I have never had enough money to get a bespoke suit, nor would I have a place to wear one.
Oh my goodness, I'm so sorry. But one day soon. I am just floored. I graduated from Howard University with an MBA, and I have a law degree from the University of Southern California. And my law tingling spice senses when Funky Dineva started to speak on the distress and the toxic work environment at Fox. And then he doubles down on telling everybody that he left for $250,000. He made $250,000 a year. And I was like, okay, yeah, I think you got fired. You didn't leave, you got fired. Because my law degree is in business law. And just take into account all the things with the Chloe Bailey and Haley Bailey, whatever their names are. Mm-hmm. Yeah, and I think also from what I was told, when he made these very discouraging remarks when it came to SA and anything against women, he made such a negative reaction and he made jokes about it. And this is from what I heard. Please don't tell anyone. But from what I heard, several sponsors were very astute and aware of what he has been saying. So from what I heard, those sponsors have been keeping a record of what he has been saying. So it's no way in network television or any type of streaming services that someone is getting a 6-month work contract to hire. That's a contract. That basically means that somebody up the bigwig said something and said, hey, look, we don't like this. We don't want this. It's bad for our brand. So that 6 months that he spoke on wasn't a 6 months and then he walked away, as he said the first time. Remember, he said it the first time. Now, from what I heard, darling, that 6 months was more of a probationary contractual period.
Not pro baby. Not pro baby.
And anytime in network or streaming services, telecommunications and mass communications, no one has got 6 months and just sat up there and made an announcement like that. Now, 6
Wait, hold on. Somebody said, was it a PIP? Not a PIP. You know what PIP? Yeah,
it's nowhere. If you go to any law school, it's nowhere in television communications, mass communications, that they will just give you a 6 month. That's like us being on a network television show and they tell you, you know, Alexander, we want you here, but we're just going to test you for that first season. Think of Judy on Family.
Hold on, wait. This is reminiscent of Amanda Seales.
Yeah.
They gave her 6 months on The Talk.
Right.
And then told her to shut up.
Yes. So that 6 months wasn't a him going into the office. That 6 months was, what's his name, Mr. Lathan. We have had several of our big name sponsors who were not at all pleased with the facts that you made several satirical comments when it came to news about Black women being essayed or having any type of essays against them. And you always made little discouraging remarks and jokes. See, the sponsors read the comments. Because those comments
down in the comments,
those comments
say
cost
what
money.
you want. Down in the comments,
Those comments,
opinion to flaunt.
those comments cost money, and they cause quite concern. So
Now, I want to say this
uh-huh.
as someone who has had sponsors,
Mm-hmm.
who's worked with national brands from Warby Parker to Best Fiends.
Right.
These things are facts.
Yes.
Like, you can go back and see the ad reads that Chris and I have done for years, plural.
Right.
So as someone who has had sponsors, had direct relationship with Fortune 500 companies.
Right.
I've never pissed off an advertiser.
Yeah, right. That's the first rule of television, of any type of media streaming, of YouTube. Never piss off the advertisers.
Ever.
So he pissed off the advertisers because no way in the world. That's like Don Lemon going to CNN and saying, they said, well, you know what, Don, you did this and that. We're just going to give you a 6-month probationary period. They're not going to do that. What they're going to do is basically tell him, hey, look, you have 6 months to straighten up and fly right.
Not Don Lemon.
So it was a PIP.
Yeah, like
hold on. And also, everybody else in the chat, this is an open forum. So feel free to come in and sound off.
So so basically, when it comes to certain organizations, you have to be very, very careful. And I just want some of your viewers who want to be on YouTube to understand that the sponsors have the power. It is not the host. The sponsors have the power, and sponsors are very powerful. So from what I was told, 6 months was a probationary period. And if things did not turn around in his favor, then you go away. And the reason why, when he first got on the air and said that it was toxic and they didn't renew his contract, and I was like, okay, so the information I got was erroneous. Then he comes back and says, I feel free because I walked away from $250,000 a year salary. But the first time you said,
and also hold the hell on. I know you must be making some good money,
yeah,
some good money to walk away from $250,000 a year for an hour's worth of work, 4 days a week. Sign me up. I'll do it for 100,000.
Exactly.
I'll do it for 100,000 smooth.
Exactly.
Smooth. You can cut my rate. I will take $100,000 for 4 hours of work a week.
Oh my God.
4 hours of work a week. I'll take $100,000 for that. I ain't too proud to beg. I ain't too proud to beg. I'm begging you. I'm asking you. I'm begging you, please. I ain't too proud to beg. I'll take 100,000.
I didn't believe
for 4
it.
hours of work a week.
I didn't believe
in this economy.
I know the dollar is going there. So when he said
the dollar is a quarter.
Yeah, exactly. So when he said he walked away, and I was like, well, wait a minute. The first time you said they didn't offer it. Now, correct me if I'm wrong.
Oh, wait, hold on. Don't walk away, boy. My cash won't hurt you.
I mean, but didn't he say he walked away because they didn't pay him enough or something?
Honey, you couldn't drag me away.
So I'm thinking that, okay, well, the information that I got was true, that he was on a probationary period and they were not happy with some of the comments. Because see, people called in. From what I heard, people called in. It wasn't a Claudia thing. People called in and they were upset. Now, what really was the nail in the coffin was that Chloe and Halle Bailey thing.
Yeah.
That was the nail in the coffin.
So let me ask you this. Do you think, based on what he said and what you heard, that they were unhappy because they got audience complaints about the Chloe Bailey comments and sponsor pressure? And so when it came time for contract negotiation and they were doing a lower rate for more work and Q was unhappy, they were like, well, you're on probation anyway.
Yeah.
Here's 6 months. So like two things are true maybe at the same time. Like these were the issues all coming together. And they're like, we're not paying you more. You're a liability right now.
Exactly.
Because you ran your mouth. And so you're not worth the more. You should be happy with what you're getting. Maybe.
Exactly.
This is my speculation, allegedly, of course.
Yeah, allegedly. So he basically, from what I was told, allegedly, that it was two things at once. Like, you're already on probation. So anything that you, like, your rules and responsibilities when we first hired you were this. You didn't do this, allegedly. So now we put you on probation, allegedly, and you're up here asking us to take a risk, and we keep giving you chance after chance, because apparently, allegedly, after the Chloe and Halle Bailey situation, he was supposed to be fired. So somebody stood in a gap for him.
But how you gonna fire the person who's bringing your audience?
Well, I mean, it could be a lot. Sponsors could say, okay, well, hey, look, I'm giving most of this money. I don't want him here. So he can bring the numbers, but he still wants to get paid.
I mean, but it's the thing is, when you hire somebody like Funky Dineva, you know they're going to say things that tick people off, but the people clearly looking at the numbers right now, let's just see how many people he has live in his chat right now.
Right.
Let's be petty. Let's get petty.
Yeah.
That was
okay, he has 11,000 in the chat. Fox Soul.
How much?
Let's see what Fox Soul has in the chat. $3.2K.
Oh,
yep.
That's their average.
Oh, girl, is Flame even on this episode?
Oh,
is Flame even here?
I don't.
Wow, Flame might have been too much drama.
I think that's another thing. I think now I don't know what happened as far as the conversations, or they may be going in another direction. I don't know. That's one thing I don't know. But from what allegedly I was told, it was a 6-month probation, because the stories didn't add up. I was standing for him when he first announced it. But then when he went back and said something the second time, it didn't make sense. And I'm like, okay, now I think you got, and I understand, because ego and pride, and I'm pretty sure that he
pride. I'm sorry, for $250,000, I can swallow my pride with a tall
what pride?
glass of money.
Well, I think
can swallow my pride with a tall, cool glass of money.
Exactly.
At $250,000, my pride will go down smooth, honey.
Well,
it would go down
Waterford,
you would think it was that good tequila, that good high-end tequila, that $80 bottle of tequila. Oh, I wouldn't even notice it was going down.
I would drink the Rothschild's red wine port with with handmade Swiss chocolate, or a wonderful French macaroon.
Actually, I'll have mine with a little bit of Tellagio cheese.
Oh my gosh, wonderful! But I think that he was. But I think he was just one of those individuals. He just bragged a lot, and I think now he's just embarrassed. I think he's just really embarrassed at this point. I really do, because it just doesn't make sense at this point. And just to hear people talk about him and say, like, okay, he must be back on this stuff. I hope not, because he came.
That man,
no,
he's making so much money, he can afford good cocaine.
He's not.
Allegedly. If we gonna put that rumor out there, if we gonna say that, then we also gonna say he makes $50,000 a month. so he could afford
Oh
something
my
good.
gosh.
Well, let me ask you this. Do you think it could also be that he was on probation, which is why he was able to negotiate or not a 6-month contract? And at that 6-month juncture, he had some demands and they were like, we don't care enough. You can go by. Do
Yeah,
you know what I
because
mean?
yeah, he
I
couldn't.
will also say, look at Cocktails with Queens.
Right.
They said they ended that show because the salaries were too high.
Right.
I think both of you all are correct. I think when you're on probation, that's a risk. That's a liability. Alexander, you made a good point. It's a liability. And someone, once again, in this situation, he may not know who it was, but someone stood up for him. Because usually networks don't take liabilities and give you chance after chance after chance. This isn't the 90s. So they don't keep giving you chance after chance after chance. So I think honestly he's just embarrassed and he doesn't want people to know the whole entirety. So he's gonna
I don't think, again, I don't think he's embarrassed. Years ago, he showed us, he put, now this, here's the thing, he put this in the street himself.
okay.
And also, everybody, please understand, I was joking. I was like, look, if you're going to say Funky on that stuff, he makes $43,000 a month. I'm giving you a Whitney Houston tea. He can afford the good cocaine. He's giving you crack.
No,
No. Crack. Let's get that straight. It's all a joke. It's all a joke. It's allegedly, nobody's saying that. Just so everybody can get straight in the check, because people want to take something and run with it.
Yeah. Well, go exercise.
Let's get that out the way.
I say go exercise with it if you're gonna run. Get in your cardio. And so that's.
But I feel like he makes, in the end, this is information he put in the street, so I can say it when you post it on Instagram.
Okay.
He's making $43,000 a month off YouTube alone. We don't know what he's making off the Instagram. We don't know what he's making off appearances. And he has a radio show gig in Miami. I'm sure that's another couple $100,000. If you're making $500,000 a year, you can walk away from $250,000 because you're like, I work enough. I put my 6 hours in a week and I get $500,000 a year. I'm good.
Right.
Honey, if I could make $250,000 a year, do you know the level of fuck you would get out of me? Do you know the level of fuck you and bitch please?
Yeah, I am.
The level of I'll get in line, I'll do what you say.
But the level of girl,
Alexander.
Here's the thing. I would be like Karen Huger. You could come for me, you just can't find me.
Yeah, but
I would have my happy ass on a yacht somewhere so damn far. I'd be up the Amalfi Coast. I'd be in Monte Carlo looking for a real rich husband.
I mean, but Alexander would, but you and I, we come from somewhat similar backgrounds of like high bourgeoisie Black women, so we know and understand that you can have all the money, but if you don't know how to spend it, and you don't know how to save, and you don't know what to do, then yeah, I mean, even though all these things do come, and I hope they come in twos for him. But it's still, we don't know the bills that he may have piled up, or we don't know the finances behind it, which is the reason why I think like he may have asked for more money. And
well, now hold on. Now, when the audience is yours, when you can pull in 14,000 versus 3,200, your salary should go up.
Well, yeah,
that's what it's like as a comedian. It's about, can I put asses in the seats? And if the majority of the asses in the seats are mine, then I get the majority of the money.
Exactly. Okay, so Alexander, when are you going to, I don't know, file a suit against Carlos King?
I would never give him the satisfaction. I've learned people like Carlos King end up getting their own just desserts.
I just hate the fact that he's using all of your hard work and talent.
Gas on?
I'm heating up the oven.
Oh.
So yes.
I hate that. I hate that he's doing that.
Well, you know what he hates? That no one is watching his shows on OWN.
Yeah, why is he so invested in Bravo? That's weird. Or is it just me? That's weird, isn't
No,
it?
it's not weird if you look at it properly.
Okay.
He is like a high school student where his glory days were when he was a sophomore that made the varsity team
Oh, okay.
and a junior that was the star athlete.
Got it.
Now he's graduated and all he can do is revisit his glory days.
Oh, wonderful analogy, Alex.
Well,
Love
he can
that.
also shovel his way out of his latest Martell Holt mess too.
And let's talk
Because-
about it. While I have you on the line.
Yes,
he says
okay.
a lot. Oh, right.
While I have you on the line, let's talk about this for a minute.
Okay.
As I wrap myself in my marigold shawl.
Oh, wonderful. Is that a chartreuse?
And it's wonderful because y'all sent me this. So thank
Is it
you.
a chartreuse? Is that a wonderful marigold? What fabric is that?
Oh no, this is marigold.
Oh, beautiful.
But how do I articulate this?
We got to remember we're speaking in acronyms and
Yeah, I'm like, how do I say it?
everybody like
Yes, please.
How do I say it without getting my page shut down?
right or the live sanctioned
Yeah.
or any of these things,
And they be doing them sanctions, honey.
Yeah.
right?
You know what? There's just no way to say anything politely, so I'm going to be quiet.
Okay.
I want to say it politely, but there's no way to.
Well, let me ask you this. Do you think if we knew about this, right? We've already known, we knew why Melody was really upset during the season having to be in the same room with him. Is this something that you feel on a morality level that we can have him come back next season? Because especially if he's convicted, or, if we look at the evidence, this is one of those weird things. This is,
Get rid of him. It is like we fed the beast too long. It is time to leave Martell alone.
Yeah, I think with Martell, he started off as a serpent and he ended up a dragon from feeding from that attention. I think we have to look at how it can they would be taking a risk if they will bring him back. Because number one,
and they can't afford a risk.
Exactly.
Now, here's the thing: the housewives have they've actually dealt with domestic violence.
Yeah.
And I'm going to say
DV.
Wait, what?
It's a DV.
DV.
Yeah.
And thank you, hon.
Yeah.
And I'm
looking
going
out
to
for your
say
life.
with Taylor Armstrong's plot line.
Yeah.
And they dealt with it in actually a very beautiful way. It was a moment where you saw women come together in solidarity.
Right.
And I have to say, I won't give Camille Grammer credit for much, but I'm very grateful.
Yeah.
And I know that Taylor is also very grateful that Camille said something out loud and in public, because then it made it an issue. Now we're talking about it.
Yes.
And that protected her. And that to me was really cool and really awesome. And it's a part of life. It's a sad part of life.
Right.
But they dealt with it, and they dealt with it in a way where Taylor is still here.
Yes. I think
that's what's important.
I think it's the same way. You have to understand, Oprah has said her own DV situations. So when it comes legally, I think Martell is screwed. I think, and if you ask personally, my professional opinion, he is you can tell his narcissism, even when he took his mugshot. He looked very narcissistic. This man, I believe that because he has gotten away with it for so long, he thinks he's untouchable.
He's escalated.
And he thinks that nothing is going to happen. I guarantee you, as the three of us and all your viewers think about it, he's not thinking about it in the same way. He's thinking about it as a situation like, oh, I've done this before. I've gotten away with it before. And that's about it. He's not, I think we're dealing with a Black man in this country, and we already know the stereotypes when it comes to black men. Now, here's a man that actually did something. So they're going to make an example out of this man.
They're going to make an example out of you if you just walk in the store and breathe.
Yeah, but they're going to make a horrible example out of this man. And the way, it's I think they should talk about it without him being there.
Yeah, because I think the RP of it all, the revenge P, right? That's a whole different level. That was a plot and a scheme to exploit your past relationship and defamate your castmate now. You know what I mean? Like, it's gotten very adversarial. And I think you're right. What is alarming is how much it is escalating, because I mean, he can sit there and talk to Mel and act nice and have to do a scene together. Meanwhile, that's what's going on underneath, is that, you know, there's this plot with receipts and proof enough to take it to the legal system. But I also think, and this is the reality of that show, that is distressing as it is for Mel, it is also something that she's rolling on out. Like, you know what I mean? Like, this is her, she had her live with Revelation Day and she's rolling with it. And I can appreciate that. I think for me, one of the things that I struggle the most with, especially at the idea of having him back, is the way that we've heard him manipulate those children. It's so gross that they're even having conversations about Mel's fidelity or any of that crap. Like, just whenever I hear that recording of him messing with his kids, I'm like, this is the low lifety of it. It's just distressing.
I think he has mental illness. I think he's one of these individuals, because not all black men are like that. But he's one of these individuals where he thinks he's above the law. I guarantee you, as a former teacher, his mama probably went to school and defended all the BS that he did to the teachers. Everybody else's fault but his. It's the teacher's fault that he didn't pay attention in class, and it's that person's fault because they didn't do this and that. It's never him holding himself accountable. And as long as I watched that show, he never held himself accountable.
No, he sure didn't.
He never held himself. So so we're dealing with some people will call it a sociopath, some people call him a narcissist. But I don't know, because I'm not a therapist, but I can't honestly say in my professional opinion that this man, it hasn't hit him yet, because he has done this before on multiple occasions to multiple people and no one said anything. And that's why he has that little smirk on his face.
These are the dark arts. That's, you know, Carlos needs to be careful, because
and he thinks he can keep getting away with it. And he's really angry because Mel changed her last name and now he has no more power over her.
Exactly.
Well, that's what a narcissist does. They go and ruin the reputation of their victims because they can't stand that they're looking bad in the public eye. That's a very, that's one of the number one MOs of narcissistic abuse. Yeah. But that's the thing. It goes back to, we're watching this on television, you know, and of course we all, listen, I think Love and Marriage is a guilty pleasure. You know what I mean? Like the way that they go after one another. But like I said, when do we draw the line of this too far?
It ain't no love and ain't no marriage on Love.
No, they're not, right?
I'm gonna be honest with you. I stopped watching it. It was just so boring now. I just stopped watching it. I got so tired of Letitia saying events. I'm like, what the hell? Like events. I'm having an event. And I'm just looking at her like, I swear, every time she opened her mouth, a black author jumps off the bookshelf and just said, fuck it. Like, forget it. I'm sorry.
Oh my goodness.
It just
suicide at Barnes and Noble.
Toni Morrison just said, Lord, take me out.
Like, every time she opened her mouth, I just like, and then she says, like, I graduated. I'm like, I rewind that thing 3 times. And I did not hear the R in the word graduate.
Look who hired her.
I graduated. I'm like, what the heck? I graduated. I got an MBA, and this is the start of something.
Ah!
She
Lord, you know what? I can't.
She reminds me of those girls whose mamas used to come up to our school and made us and try to force us to be her friend and go to her pizza party with the generic pizza and the
now see.
and like
I gotta shout out my wait, hold on. I gotta shout out my mother in this moment. Mom, I know you're not watching because you don't think I'm funny, and she also doesn't think I can sing either.
Oh wow.
Oh yeah, she's my biggest. Well, I will say she's seen the show. She knows what I do.
Okay.
She's very proud. She's very proud of me.
Good.
She's like, honey, you're famous.
My mother's kid. Yeah, my mom does that too. Like,
but she will read me. Oh my God, she's like, what's that picture of you in the wig? Wait, you mean the $1,500 fur coat? Yeah, you in the wig. I don't like that.
Oh my God.
But my mom would never get generic pizza. Ever. All of my birthday parties were at like Major Magic until they got bought out by Discovery Zone. We didn't have Chuck E. Cheese where I grew up. That franchise wasn't there. Yeah. It was called Major Magic. Right. But we always had Pizza Hut pizza. Like, there was no skimping. Generic pizza. You ain't never gonna make a friend with generic pizza.
Like shit, her mama Wanda it seems like her mother Wanda still wears those like pro gel hard finger waves with French rolls.
Yup.
And it's like with the glitter. Like it's just I just couldn't. I'm like, oh, I cannot.
Hair that looks like it should be in a Mary J. Blige early.
Yes. It's just like I can't. And it seems like Letitia is that lady that have the tea parties, but they don't get Philip Treacy hats. They go to the beauty supply store, or it's just I just cannot. Or she thinks.
Wait a minute. Do you mean they don't go to a Milieu and their husbands don't go to a haberdashery?
Haberdashery, exactly. Like
I love how it came all the way right back around.
So I'm just like, I had to stop because I'm like, I swear Letitia wears Gina Tay and tell people it's Chanel. I swear. I'm just like, I'm like, this is the girl that comes to the sorority interest meeting and wears Gina Tay or Impulse and tell us that it's Creed or Chanel No. 5 or this is new. I'm like, oh my gosh, I cannot. Don't laugh at me. Or wear Tussie. Like she wears Tussie. Like I think this woman wears Tussie dear because she keeps saying events and gadget-aided. And it's just I swear 4-syllable words give her migraines because she cannot talk worth anything. I'm sorry, Alex. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Yes, Tussie. I'm sorry. But
how are you fine?
I just cannot. I cannot. I'm so sorry. I can't. But that's all. I mean, that's all I have to say. I watched the Cat Williams interview. All I have to say.
Oh God! Somebody says Marceau wears jupe.
What? Marceau what?
Wears jupe.
Or gray flannel. Remember that?
Oh no!
Oh my God!
I will never forget. I used to wear I've always loved scents.
Right.
And my mom would put a little bit of my dad's aftershave on me so I'd feel like it was like I was wearing cologne and it was gray flannel. I was born in 82, so I was.
No, I think gray flannel. My people, so half of my people are from Dominican Republic, and honestly, gray flannel means not for some, but for a Dominican man, like you got 2 or 3 families that don't know about each other. You wear gray flannel. I just, like I said, I watched the Cat Williams interview. Yeah, I believe everything. Okay, I just want to say this. Ricky Smiley and Steve Harvey are honorary members of Omega Psi Phi Fraternity Incorporated. They are not actual initiated members. Okay, so I had to say that just like real quickly. Some alumni of mine are still angry at Howard University because they haven't rescinded Sean Diddy Combs' honorary degrees yet. And I'm like, okay, so that, but
Does
other than
the
that,
rescinding of an honorary degree matter? You wasn't getting a job with it nowhere. I
That's
feel like
true.
it's implied at this point. Like y'all don't
That's
need to
true.
waste. Like y'all really gonna waste paper framing and printing that? Y'all need to put that money towards the students.
yeah, and that's what we were trying to do, but he wanted to do that. But anyway, like the Ricky Smiley and Steve Harvey, I don't like Steve Harvey. Some of my sorority sisters have met him. He is a very nasty, rude man. Seriously, he is nasty and rude. So I
would never try to have a conversation with Steve Harvey.
Don't. From what one of my sorority sisters said, like he spits a lot.
Oh,
like,
well, yeah, because he's got chiclets in his mouth. Try talking with a mouthful of gum. Barry, what are your thoughts?
I'm not a big fan of Steve Harvey myself, but I do think they need to take away Diddy's honorary degrees. They need to take away everything that man has that he's used to monopolize and make money off of. Because to me, he's no different than R. Kelly, except now everyone jumped on this bandwagon of trying to cancel Diddy faster than they did R. Kelly.
Yes.
And I don't care about saying anything controversial on this channel. I like how Cassie's abuse claim came out and everyone rallied behind her, and we saw nothing of what would happen. But people literally saw a video of Kiki Palmer getting dragged in her own house, and we asked her, what did she do? So we were willing to take more stock in a woman who wasn't black, accusing Diddy, who's like a black icon, of doing all the things that happened to her, which I believe happened, and rally around her and are willing to cancel this man. But we have to question, Meg Thee Stallion, what did she do? Kiki Palmer, what did she do? And it was like this weird dichotomy. But I'm all for taking Diddy's money, take away Ciroc. Bad Boy Records is defunct. No one's on his label.
Exactly.
So he owes a lot of people money. So they should all get in line.
Yes.
Oh,
I agree. I definitely agree. But Alex, what do you think of the Dr. Heavenly woman?
What?
The Dr. Heavenly woman.
What, because Dr. Heavenly, honestly, and I'm going to be honest with you, and I don't care, I'm bourgeois. Dr. Heavenly reminds me of that girl that tried so hard to be with the girls that, I don't know, she looked like she smells. Like she looked like she smells, right? She looked like, it's like, she really looks like she smells. I just get the point. I honestly, I think she is the one type of woman that still wears Lady Faye pantyhose. She tries so hard to be. She will be at Howard. She will be the type of woman that tried to be around me and my sorority sisters, and we were like, okay, yeah, just buy the donuts. We'll see you at the Kappa party. It's just, I'm so.
Okay, so basically she's the Duff of Married to Medicine.
Yeah, I just don't get it. I don't understand. She looks like she doesn't bathe properly. She doesn't. I just get the feeling that it's take your time. You're a woman. Just really.
You did not just imply that she does not clean correctly underneath the head of her clitoris. You did not just imply that. It sounds like you did. It sounds like you did. I just don't clean her pussy thoroughly and don't get up underneath the hood of that clitoris.
No, I'm just saying her whole, as a woman, when you shower, when you shower, you're supposed to kind of immerse and think wonderful thoughts. Or if she has a steam shower, she should really sit in the steam.
Girl, you would see what her bed frame looks like. You know that house ain't got nobody's steam shower.
For 15 minutes, and so the pores can open and just maybe get a steam shower tablet of eucalyptus. That's what I think she should be. She should be.
She's saying get the menthol, burn it out. That's what she said. A eucalyptus.
Like, I just don't feel like
not eucalyptus.
Like a sick tea. Oh no.
I just don't think that she cleansed herself. Like really like take her time as a woman. I wouldn't eat food from her home. I just feel that she doesn't.
You saying she got a dirty pussy?
No, I didn't.
I'm sorry. I'm hearing dirty. It's a polite way to say a dirty pussy, but that's what I'm hearing. Dirty
well, take your time when referring to bathing. There's some kind of inference.
I'm just saying, like, I just think her fragrance could be. I think her fragrance is more avant-garde for those individuals.
No, not avant-garde.
Wow. Okay.
Not that. No.
Are you avant-garde, like in her sense, is an acquired taste?
Yes,
it's
more like, hey, let's go to the bodega and get some taquito chips. Okay, heavenly.
What?
Let's get some.
You said her pussy smells like cookie Frito.
No, you love Fritos.
No, I just
allegedly.
Like it's chips. But let's go to the bodega real quick and get like a quick snack. And you know how the bodega smells.
Not with a dirty pussy.
I just don't feel like her fragrance matches the way that she disrespects people. Like let's put it like her.
I think it totally matches. I've never met someone who disrespected people who smelled good. What I think you should probably say is her smell doesn't match her income bracket. Because Dr. Heavenly's rich, but I don't think she smells like white diamonds.
I don't. You know what I say? I think that maybe she should like wash the walls of her house with like some water and some vinegar, and a little bit of lemon juice. You
want her to pressure wash her house?
like wash the baseboards of her house with hot water, vinegar, and a little lemon juice to get that little citrusy smell. Get the citrus off the baseboards. And then you will see. I think you will. I don't know if it's an accumulation of smell in her house while she's so angry.
What?
But I just don't think that she keeps a good home of her. I don't know. I really think that she's the type of person that takes fragrance samples and just spritz it on them. And she doesn't know the pulse points of a woman when you put, because she always talks bad about people and she yells, but I really don't think she doesn't look like she smells good, or maybe she needs to drink more water. I think that maybe the brand of water that she's drinking isn't really purifying her insides, because it's ridiculous. I don't understand that. She smells like it looks like she smells like a Chico stick. Remember those Chico sticks? She looks like she smells like a Chico stick. No, it's like she does. She smells like a chocolate. Like you don't want to take her in hot.
They're killing me.
It's like you don't want to take her in hot climates. Like when I go home to visit my family.
Oh my God.
You don't want to take her in hot climates with humidity. Because it's like, okay, you got to like stand outside for a minute just to really get accustomed to this. I just want to take her to hot climates. I will always put her in a cool environment. So, it won't. What is wrong with it? I just feel that, like, skin so soft. That's it. She looks like she puts skin so soft and she feels like zesty. Like those women that think like, oh, I got skin so soft on. Oh, I know I smell good. And they don't. They really don't.
Here we are standing. I'm kidding. Here we are.
I don't know.
Are you hearing this? Are you hearing this?
I just don't understand. And I think her husband is really like tipping out on her because he's too calm.
if that's the case, if that's the reasoning we're going to use, then Toya's husband has to be cheating on her too, because he's too calm and she does a whole lot more
Oh,
mess
yeah,
than
that is true.
the other one.
But,
So,
but Latoya looks like she has good hygiene practices. It's like she mops her floors every weekend. You know, she knows what Fabuloso is. Like if I tell Heavenly, hey, Heavenly, there's some Fabuloso. Ooh, what's that? No, I don't want to be around you. I don't want to
if
be
Toya
around
wasn't spending her money on good soap, the number of times they've been in debt spending Dr. Eugene's money, I'd be very surprised.
Yeah, but I still think I don't know. Heavenly looks like she really smells. You know, like a very concerning odor, a fragrance, something very putrid. Let's like pungent, like a very like a pungent rooted vegetable, fresh out the soil of a dewy morning. You know, rooted vegetables fresh out the soil of a dewy morning is a very pungent smell. You know, the animals don't come until you wash it off. You know, I just feel she smells like an onion, a very freshly up, like rooted onion. A rooted onion. Yes, I think she smells like that. I just no. No, I don't think I think she has cracked bar soap. You know how when people don't use their soap and there's cracks in it? I think she has that in her house. This woman is not clean. You can just tell. You can tell she has that crack. You all know what I'm talking about. That cracked bar soap.
I don't have that soap in my house. I
You
don't.
know, but you know, like when the soap is not used, it gets cracked on the sides, and it's like, how does this happen? That's Dr. Heaven. I'm pretty sure that's so.
Girl, you've been waiting to light into her ass for a minute.
No, I'm just saying. No, I'm just saying.
You said
like,
while I have you on the line, let
Right.
me tell you about this unfresh shit.
I just don't think that she has good height. You could just tell.
Rolled a readout like a scroll.
No, I mean you can just tell the way she disrespects people. I'm like, yeah, she doesn't practice good hygiene.
I didn't know Cat Williams was coming to this.
No, I'm just saying. I don't think she drinks good water. She drinks.
I know I do a good broccoli.
Yeah, I said she doesn't drink good water. Like she drinks Deer Park. She drinks something like Deer Park. She doesn't drink Evian. I think if she tasted good quality water, she wouldn't like it. She'll like cuss people. I just don't think so. I think she really smells. I think when like Alex, if she walked past you, it will be an odor.
Oh my god.
It will be an odor. Like you can tell. You can really tell. You can just tell. You can tell she doesn't wash with the exfoliating African scrubs. You know those. She washes with what? You know how much bacteria is on wash? I don't even think she washes her clothes daily. Can you imagine? Can you imagine being in a room with this woman and she opens a suitcase?
Oh,
can you imagine?
Stupid. That was funny though. She opened this. Oh no!
You read the fuck out of her.
What? I'm just saying. Can you imagine you on vacation in a hot destination and you're like, oh my gosh, what happened? You know, it's oh my gosh, no. I'm sorry. She needs to soak.
Wow.
She needs
in a pot of lye, apparently, according to all the different things that are happening.
No, it's just she needs to soak in like some nice bicarbonate, like
baking soda.
Yeah, like it's like it really like takes that film off. It takes the film off you.
Oh god.
She's got a filmy pussy.
No, I mean I'm just thinking about her whole body. It's just like she looks like she has a fragrance. I'm not gonna say she stinks. She has a fragrance. But she has a fragrance.
I think that's already happened. That's already been said.
You
many
can't backtrack
times.
now.
Now, I would never tell a woman that she stinks. I'm not Mariah Huck now. But I think she has a fragrance. She has a fragrance. What is wrong with you? I'm not an animal. but she has. You can just tell. You can tell. You can tell. Like I think her husband deserves some due diligence and a right-o for actually handling that and handling the crevices, holding on deeply to the crevices.
Not the nooks and the crannies.
No, not an English muffin.
I think her husband deserves a righty by Jove. You know, like there you go.
I mean, if he's not complaining, who are we to care, right?
Exactly.
Who are me to judge?
I mean,
Yeah.
I just don't think she vacuums or sweeps or cleans the windows or the window seals or anything. I
Well,
don't even think
on that note, we have hit our hour.
My eyes are watering from the hypotheticals.
And we've covered nothing
Oh, I'm
of what I
sorry.
meant to with this video. Didn't get to Beverly Hills, didn't get to, and that's perfectly fine because it was an entertaining hour.
I'm sorry.
No, honey, you are.
I'm sorry. I just, oh gosh, no. She looks like she lotions with Queen Helene cocoa butter.
Oh my God. And on that note, I will see y'all tomorrow at 8. I love y'all. Thank everybody so much for coming in. We had a hoot and a half. And I'm going to see y'all soon.
What's up?
Bye.